In this video, I want to share a strategy for self-publishing low-content books on Amazon KDP, where by selling less books each month, you can actually make more money. Hi, I'm Caroline. Welcome to my channel. Every single week, I share videos all about self-publishing books so that you can build your own business self-publishing low and medium content books using the Amazon KDP platform. So if that sounds like something that is interesting to you, please make sure to subscribe so that you do not miss out on any videos just like this one. Wouldn't it be nice to create and publish books where you don't have to try to sell thousands and thousands of copies each month in order to make a full-time income? That's what we're going to talk about today, because when it comes to selling products on Amazon, it's usually all about volume. It's about selling a high quantity of product because these products usually have a pretty small profit margin. Amazon is not usually the place to go when you are looking for those really premium, luxury, high-priced designer products. It's usually where you go to get a good deal, and with books, they are definitely some of the cheaper products available, and that's not just because it's Amazon. That is pretty general across every retailer that sells books. Books are just a low-priced item. So because of that, the profit is usually pretty small per item. Now, don't get me wrong, the royalties that you receive from selling books on Amazon is the highest royalties that you would receive across the publishing industry, and are much, much higher than if you were publishing your book traditionally through a publishing house. But even so, you generally need to sell a lot of books to receive a full-time income from the royalties you receive from selling your books. But what if there's another way? What if you didn't have to sell as many books, but could still make a full-time income? Wouldn't it be better to work smarter, not harder, and create a book that sells less copies, but makes just as much money or even more than other books that sell more copies? Today, we are going to look at a self-publisher who is doing just that, so that you can look at this somewhat different strategy and see if this is something that could work for you and your self-published books. Plus, we are also going to look at ways that this brand has been able to increase how much money they make in addition to the books that they sell on Amazon. So let's get straight into it. The book and the self-publisher that I want to share with you today is Maria Korhonen. I'm not too sure how to pronounce that. This person is the co-founder of something called Pulse of Potential, who create mental health resources. And the book that we are going to be looking at today specifically on Amazon is this one here, the Growth Guided Journal. They do have two books available. One is a limited edition of the journal, but for this video, we are pretty much going to just look at this Growth Guided Journal. And this is a guided prompt journal. And I talk about these types of journals regularly as being a great alternative to regular journals, which just have lined pages in them and nothing else. Guided prompt journals are a great way to create a book that's more than just a low content book, provides a lot more value and can be way more unique, which is one of the ways to get your book to stand out on Amazon. So let's have a look at this book. Now, unfortunately, we can't see a whole lot of the book. The look inside feature doesn't seem to be working today, but this is a growth guided journal, deep therapy prompts for healing and clarity, published back in October 2023. So it's a little more than a year since it was published on Amazon. There are a couple of photos down here in the A+ content, which shows the inside pages of the book. And the A+ content really reflects sort of the brand, the coloring of the book as well. So it's got this sort of very natural, earthy kind of feel to it. It's a very popular kind of trend at the moment in terms of coloring and things that you might want to use in your brand, but it's just got some steps of how the book works. There are a couple more photos on their website, which we can see a little bit more clearly. So it's just got some information about how to use this guided journal, and then it's got different sections and what each prompt is going to relate to in the different sections of the book. So the first section is going to be about the person using guided prompts to get to know themselves. And then each page is going to be dedicated to a prompt. We've got a section for the date at the top, the prompt, and then an area for the person to write. It shows you some other pages within the book. So it's got some progress trackers for each of the prompts, some pages for reflections, and even some inspirational and motivational quotes. If we head on back to Amazon, we'll take a look at the bestseller rank. This book currently has a bestseller rank of 31,000 796. So not a bad bestseller rank. It's pretty average. It's not fantastic by any means. It's definitely not a best-selling book, but still not too bad. And even if we just pop down here and look at this Helium 10 extension, this is a free extension by Helium 10. And I love this because it shows you the history of the sales of the book. So when we're looking at a bestseller rank, we can only see what it is right now, unless we're going in every few hours and checking to see what it does. This is going to allow us to be able to go back since the book was published and see what the bestseller rank has been over the lifetime of the book. Once the book was published, or a few months later, the sales started to increase and the bestseller rank dropped right down. And it sort of fluctuated for the first half of the year. Once we reached the second half of the year, their bestseller rank got really, really great. They got some really low bestseller ranks. I saw a 3,000 in there, 4,000. And so they were doing really, really well. Whether they were doing some kind of marketing or they were pushing it on social media or something like that, not too sure. But over the last few months of the year, it has sort of slowly increased to what it is now. And it's not a bad bestseller rank, like I say. Still doing pretty good, and this journal is a pretty consistent seller. Now let's have a quick look at this niche. I've done a search on Amazon for guided prompt journals, and there are some very popular books in here. If we scroll down, this is one of the most consistently best-selling books on Amazon. Look at the bestseller rank. It's got a bestseller rank currently under 1,000, and it has been published for quite a few years now, and it consistently has these kinds of bestseller ranks. We've got more that have really decent bestseller ranks, and this niche has a few really top sellers in it as well. But if we are scrolling and you're taking note of the prices of these books, they all seem to be around the $9 to $10 mark. Most of them are anyway. So let's go back to our guided prompt journal that we're looking at today. And now let's take a look at the royalties of this book and work out how many books they might be selling each month and how much they could be making in royalties each month. So as I already mentioned, this book has a bestseller rank currently of 31,796. It has 128 pages with a selling price of $10. This book is estimated to be selling around 200 copies per month, and that means they'll be making approximately $760, $770 per month in royalties. So not a bad monthly income, but also not a full-time income for most people. So let's take a look at the strategy that this self-publisher is using to make way more money than that. You might have noticed as we were scrolling through and looking at this book, it's not actually priced at $10. Its paperback book is priced at $26.90 and its hardcover version is priced at $36.90. So the paperback version of this book is priced at over double, almost triple most of the other guided prompt journals. So instead of pricing their book lower, the same as all the other guided prompt journals out there and trying to sell lots of them, they have positioned themselves or their book as more of a premium product, a more premium choice in this niche, and priced it a lot higher. The group of customers you are targeting by doing this is going to be much smaller. You're not targeting everyone who is looking at journals. You're targeting a much smaller group of people who are looking for something more premium and are willing to pay a higher price for it. So let's get back to the sales calculator. This one is by Kindlepreneur. It is free to use. And if we pop in the actual price of the book, look at what their royalties are now. They are still only selling around 200 books because their bestseller rank hasn't changed per month, but the royalties are estimated to be close to $3,000 per month. So rather than looking at how to become the best-selling book with a very low bestseller rank, they are looking at how to make each book more premium, more valuable, and how to reach those customers who are looking for this kind of journal. So what do you need to do if you want to follow this strategy? First of all, the most important thing is that you need to make sure that you are providing value that gives you a good reason to charge that higher price. You can't just publish a generic normal journal like everybody else and then slap a $30 price tag on it and expect it to sell. That is just not going to happen. There has to be a reason why someone pays that higher price and why you are even able to ask for that higher price, whether it be to do with the design of the book or the cover, whether it's to do with your credentials, perhaps. So in this case, if you were a doctor or a psychologist, then that could be a good reason to be able to charge a higher price so that people have access to your knowledge, your information, and your services through a journal. Or whether it's to do with the type of guided prompt journal you're publishing and whether it's really targeting a very specific mental health issue, whatever it is you're addressing in that journal, and how in-depth the prompts go, or even what extra benefits they might get along with the journal when they buy it. Maybe you offer something extra that gives the customer a reason to be happy to pay that premium price. So in the case of this specific journal, the Growth Guided Journal, and what they're offering to position this book as a premium product with a higher price tag, firstly, the design is very on trend right now. I mentioned it earlier. They have created a journal with different guided prompts, which makes it a little more unique than other journals. A lot of other journals have the same page, the same prompt. A gratitude journal, for example, has the same prompts each day to fill out. This book is a little bit different in that it's offering different prompts each day. And this book has also positioned itself as a bit of an alternative to therapy. If someone has been wanting to or has been thinking about going to therapy, it is not a cheap thing to do. Unfortunately, not everyone has access or the ability to be able to go to therapy. And if that person is not able to afford something like that at the moment, this says that it's a great alternative and a way to get started at home with something that could be similar to attending therapy. Then the customer is going to compare the cost of going to a therapy session every week or every month to the cost of this journal, and it doesn't really seem expensive anymore when compared to actually going to therapy. So that's a few things this specific journal has done to warrant that higher price. They have also built a brand, and branding can be very powerful in allowing you to price your books higher than normal. We saw this with the Shadow Work Journal, which became one of the best-selling books on Amazon thanks to TikTok, and it did have a very high selling price too. Back when this book was first published, it was self-published. It had a very similar price as the guided journal that we're looking at in this video. It is now been picked up by a traditional publisher, so everything is different. But this self-publisher at the time was charging quite a high price for this book. But going back to this self-publisher, they have created this beautiful brand around providing resources for people wanting help with their mental health. This is their website. It is very professional, very beautiful, very on brand in matching with what we've been looking at on Amazon. And it goes straight into an online store. So they have an online store where they are selling several different guided prompt journals, and that branding is just very consistent across all of their books. They're sort of this very minimalistic kind of style of book, and while they don't have a huge amount of products, these are the types of niches and these are the types of products that you can really build up, add to over time, and create a really nice brand. If we take a look at their social media, it looks like their most sort of popular social media platform is Instagram, but they do not have a huge following whatsoever. And again, their branding is following across social media too, using the same brand colors, same kind of fonts that are used on the titles of their books. They also have a TikTok account, which isn't huge and they're not getting massive amounts of views, although they do have a few videos that has generated quite a lot of views. And it is interesting to see that this video that has the most views, it has over 600,000 views, was published right after they published their book. So this kind of short form content on TikTok could be responsible for why they started seeing sales so quickly after being self-published, and then that continued out throughout the year, because then they had a couple more viral videos, which is probably why they were having such good sales during 2024. But at the end of the day, Amazon may not be their focus. And most people who do have a website, their focus is more on selling through the website as opposed to selling through Amazon, because you make a much higher profit when you're selling through your own website as opposed to what you can make on Amazon. But it is a nice little extra stream of income to have your books on there as well. They also have a Facebook page, which again isn't huge. It doesn't have a massive following, but they are active across all their social media platforms. They don't have a huge following by any means. They are more of a micro type of brand, or what you could maybe call a boutique brand, where they offer a very specific set of products aimed at a very specific set of customers and just focus on tailoring their brand to that. You can easily do the same thing with your books, regardless of what types of books you're publishing or what niche you're publishing in. Define who you want your customer to be, create a brand that is going to suit that customer, and make it cohesive across all platforms that you're choosing to display your brand on. Create a set of books speaking directly to your target customer and make it as unique and as premium as you can. You can then offer additional products to help increase your income and add additional streams of revenue. As per this brand, the Pulse of Potential, they have digital versions of their books. So if a customer would prefer to journal on their tablet or their iPad, that option is available for them as well. They also have a community, which is a subscription based product. So they are receiving recurring income every month from that. And this sort of thing only adds to the brand's legitimacy as an expert in this area. And again, you can do this with any book or niche. Do you publish coloring books? Then you could offer digital versions of your coloring books and your coloring pages too. If you do publish journals, you could offer some kind of online course around a specific mental health issue and how to overcome it. The opportunities really are endless. I hope that you have enjoyed this video and found it interesting, and looking at this particular book gave you a different type of strategy that you could try out in your own self-publishing business, where you put your focus more on a premium type of book and brand so that you can sell it at a higher price point, as opposed to trying to sell a lot more books in order to reach the same kind of monthly royalties. If you did enjoy this video, YouTube thinks you might like these ones too. So please go check them out to learn more about self-publishing your own low and medium content books on Amazon. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.